with us. Mike Tirico next to Greg Olson here in the booth. Should be a fun one. Off we go on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
So you take a look at last week's game, Mike, and you certainly wouldn't say that he played poorly. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a clean slate. But when you talk to his coaches, they said they haven't seen him this motivated to bounce back after a loss in his entire career. So he's had a great week of practice. He's really challenging the guys around him to elevate their standard. And if it's any indication of how today is going to go, I think we're in for a treat.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. He'll try and throw for it. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
This will be returnable from his own 15. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
Well, I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards. If I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. The biggest thing that he did, Mike, he took care of the ball. So as long as he continues to do that, they're going to have a chance to keep on winning.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
And 3 yards to go.
He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
First down.
They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance. And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 18 yards on the pickup there, and that will be a first down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll take this one in. Touchdown, Toronto. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Now for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Snowhawks will take a 7-0 lead.
Our home team 7, visitors nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. We'll start at the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
To find ground out of the backfield. Well, that helps it to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. They'll throw out of the gun, and that is incomplete.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first two drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their third series to see if they can make it happen.
And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Snowhawks offense ready to take over for their second possession. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They have been one of the better teams in terms of throwing the football this year, and the numbers bear that out, and they have come out of the gates hot in this one. Here's a first carry for their running back. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. They face 2nd down and 7. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He finds Austin with the grab. And a big strike for good yardage there, all the way up to midfield. A gain there of 27 yards.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
From the 41, it's 2nd and 1.
At the 41-yard line.
Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
37-yard line.
Now, faking the give. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. That's enough for a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Snowhawks will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They've had it twice and they've punted twice, still seeking that first down of the game as they begin this 3rd drive. And he'll pick up 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
A carry here for Brown. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll run here with Brown. Good physical run. It'll wind up as a gain of 5.
46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Throwing now from the gun. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline.
That's good.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 10-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Touchdown, Chicago.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The extra point is good. And the visitors are on the board. It's 10-7.
Visitors 7.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he is in the midst of a sensational season, currently 2nd in the NFL in passing yards. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
At the 31-yard line.
Now give up the middle. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
It's a loss of the yard.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
He'll let one go down the middle. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. On the ground, it's Brown. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. That's good for a quick 1st down. Here's Brown. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 6.
He'll look to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Snowhawks offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 15-yard pickup there. And that will be a 1st down.
1st and 10. Yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up.
He'll drop to throw. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Good for a Toronto 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the visitors are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
So in this last possession, Mike, they take the ball away, and they do it from playing cover 3 defense. So what that means is there's 3 deep players. There's 2 corners and a safety. They divide the field into thirds, and everybody else underneath is just looking at the quarterback. Straight zone coverage, played perfectly, leads to a big takeaway.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Brown. Heck of an effort there, and a duck out of one tackle, but they'll wind up only gaining about a yard.
17-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they will finally run him down.
That's good.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
A gain of 30. 1st down, Chicago.
Going left side down the field, and it's complete. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Chicago.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's close to another 1st down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. They'll motion their slot man right. They'll look to throw again. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
It's now 3rd down.
They'll run the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal He's got enough for the first down.
A gain of 1 yard. First down, Chicago.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I continue in just a moment. From the gun, here's a handoff, and not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. He'll drop this one down to the fullback. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The kick is good. Makes the score. Visitors 14, Snowhawks 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Oh! And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Snowhawks offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one grabbed by Austin. It is 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
The coverage right there, and it's knocked away, incomplete.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll take this down inside 35. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. We've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Quick throw, taken in, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds. And he stopped the clock as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Snowhawks are back within a point. It's 14-13. And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A 1-point game as quarter 3 begins. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Snowhawks offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
That's another Toronto first down. First and 10 at the 40.
He'll look to throw here on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Now, faking the give, that's going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, I think it's pretty clear what the message was by this head coach at halftime. He said, listen, guys, we're behind. We're trailing. We're going to come out early in this second half and be aggressive from the get-go and cut into this deficit. But oftentimes, reckless decision-making, over-aggressive play calling leads to turnovers. Now, this defense finds themselves heading back out onto the field a little earlier than expected, but they need to hold serve and keep this score right where it is.
Handoff here, up the middle, and not much there. Good defense, held to no gain. Try again, it's second and 10.
Second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Moving the tight end right. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll step up and run this. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense comes away with a turnover.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
The SHawks offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams trying to defend in the red zone. Look at this graphic. Second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a QB. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
And the Toronto first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Thrown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
Brings up second and 9.
They'll look to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he will score! Touchdown, SHawks. His fourth TD grab of the season. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get your...
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with first and 10. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. From the 31. Here's second and 4.
At the 31-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They go right back to Collins. He's got it again. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Now, this looks like a design run, and he'll force his way forward, maybe a yard. Second down coming up.
At the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
That's good.
First and 10 now from the 36.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Chicago.
They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up. By the time the defensive backs had come downhill to get involved, we knew there was just no way he was going to get himself out of this. It just shows, Mike, how long he was flailing around back there, that by the time he actually went down, everyone was behind the line of scrimmage chasing him.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. They'll send their tight end left. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Searching for some kind of seed to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
His kick is good. And the visitors will cut the deficit down to 2. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. Open space inside the 10. And he's in! Touchdown, Chicago.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Visitors 22, SHawks 19.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Snowhawks offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds Austin with the grab. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down. On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. He'll look to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
So 2nd down, and they'll run it. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 4.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll swing this one out to Brown. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So, from 37, here's second down and 4.
The 37-yard line.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Give him 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
They'll look to throw yet again. Quick throw, taken in, and they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Catch number 7 so far in this one, and a first down. To the ground, a first down run. They get 14 yards and set up first and goal.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Tie game, fourth quarter. What a sequence looming here as we get to first and goal. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he's in! Touchdown, Toronto! Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
An extra point attempt to follow. He's got it. And the Snowhawks will go up by 7.
Makes the score. Our home team 29. Visitors 22.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. They'll do so with first and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Forced out left. He runs with it. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for first and 10. A carry here for Brown. He's taken down but just shy of midfield. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Chicago.
48-yard line.
Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 43, here's second and 1. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
First and 10.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. They'll run here with Brown. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Brings up second and 8.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
He'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Chicago.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Chicago. A huge touchdown there in the 4th quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the 4th quarter. All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
now they'll set up to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll drop to throw. There's that man again, another catch. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Short of midfield.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. That's enough for a first down.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker could be a hero.
Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it's going to be a turnover, and the defense comes away with the ball.
Just a critical error here, Mike, at this stage in the game. You understand this defense, they are desperate for a stop. They've got to get you off the field, and one of the easiest ways to do it, create a takeaway. You have to secure the ball. Of course, points are great, but none of it matters if you turn the ball over, and these are the kind of mistakes that decide ball games late.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Off balance throw, it's complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
Second and 10.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That ball intercepted. And the Snowhawks are going to take over here up near the 40.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Snowhawks offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. That's into traffic, but taken in. It is 2nd and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at their 48-yard line.
No one open. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The defense has it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown.
And just what a turn of events, Mike. You have the ball. You're thinking all we need to do is milk the clock, get into field goal range, and win this thing in regulation. But now after that turnover, you find yourself now back trailing, and I'm not sure there's enough time for them to come back.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Throwing now on 1st and 10. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to win the game. That's long enough, and it's good! On target from long range. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.